Cascade Hoops Talk, Billy D. Hey, thrilled today to have Paul Marandet, two-time All-American point guard from Spring Arbor, one of the best players ever to wear that proud Spring Arbor uniform. Paul scored more than 2,100 points, dished 755 assists during his amazing career at Spring Arbor. In his junior year, Marandet led the Cougars to a national championship, being named the most valuable player in the national tournament. Welcome, Paul. I'm really thrilled you came on.
Thank you so much for having me on. It's been an honor. I've been following your page for a while now, and I just appreciate your content and appreciate you having me on.
Well, the first thing, if you're going to talk to Paul Marandet, the first thing you have to be asked about is at the ripe old age of the third grade, you teamed up with another Warsaw kid named Kyle Mangus, and you two terrorized opponents throughout northern Indiana for the next 9 years. What were those years like playing with Mangus?
Oh, man. Kicking it back to, third grade. Kyle and I traveled all around the Midwest to play a lot of basketball. His dad was a part of that team coaching, and a man named Brian Linke also coached us. But, man, it was a ride. It was always fun being in the backcourt with Kyle, another player who's just with a real high IQ, just knows the game of basketball. You know, with me being a point guard, him being a really good shooter, we just always meshed together, always play well together. It's always been a ride playing with Kyle. And fast forwarding into high school, did a lot of special things for Warsaw and that team. My senior year, win the first 20 games, go 20-0 for Warsaw, and end up going to semi-state and losing to a really good Lafayette McCutcheon team. So but playing with Kyle was just a special time. Those 9 years were really, really fun. A lot of wins.
So, Paul, did that make those Spring Arbor Indiana Wesleyan games a little more special going back up against him?
Of course. It was just a good time to be able to match up with him. I never took it, I took it just like a regular game, just like any other game. It was never a personal thing. It was never Kyle against me or me against Kyle or anything like that, Just try to go up, head-to-head match up and try to win.
So when I talked to Kyle, he mentioned that you were a real student of the game. So at what age did you kind of fall in love with basketball and start watching games and breaking them down? When did you become a student of the game?
Absolutely. Yeah. I would say it was pretty early. Around fifth grade is just when I just started just to really understand, watch the game a lot more than probably the average kid was. I was always in tune with the college basketball games, and I'm a huge NBA fan. I'm an NBA guy. And I always stayed in tune with the NBA. But then following forward, getting into high school, that's when I really started to break down the film, being able to get on sites like Huddle and Synergy and just be able to watch myself, watch other players, and just really get a good feel for the game of basketball.
When you left Warsaw Community High School, you had to decide, where you were going to play college ball. Talk about the decision to attend Spring Arbor.
Man, a tough decision. People always talk about, was I going to go to Grace? Was I going to Grace? Grace College actually really didn't recruit me. I never stepped foot on Grace's campus, Grace is actually basically in Warsaw, just like 10 minutes from my home. But I never, took a visit there. And my recruiting process was tough. My senior year, I had no idea what I wanted to do. I didn't know if I was going to be playing college basketball, honestly. And Spring Arbor was late. I was a late commit to Spring Arbor. I took 3 or 4 visits there, so it took me a while to actually commit. But man, just the pursuit Coach Cottingham and Coach Brandon Baum, the way that they loved me, cared for me during that whole process, was just made the process a lot easier for me, and just that relentless pursuit from them, made the decision pretty easy when it came down to Spring Arbor.
Coach Cottingham and Coach Baum are both excellent people, aren't they?
Unbelievable people. They're unbelievable people. I can't say enough how I can't thank them enough. I owe them everything. Coach Cottingham, just what he's done with the program, and he's been there for 20 plus years, and he just does it right. Just a great man, a lifelong relationship for me, and somebody I'll always go to, and somebody I'll always be in contact with. And same with Coach Baum. Coach Baum is an unbelievable person, one of the best recruiters in the country. I always tell him. And again, just an unbelievable person. Much love for him and Coach Cottingham.
So you mentioned, right, you mentioned when you were going to Warsaw Community High School, the Winona Lake is right there. And You say you weren't okay. You didn't go to, but did you get pressure from either family or friends to go to Grace to stay in town?
Of course, yeah. I had friends. Grace has always been a pretty good program. Coach Kessler is the real deal. And growing up, man, I went to the Grace basketball camp probably 6, 7 years, and I always enjoyed the camp. Always enjoyed Coach Kessler. Man, I dominated the camps. I was always, the one-on-one champion. My team always won. I swept the awards every year, and but yeah, I got a lot of pressure from the locals to go to Grace, but hey, it wasn't on their agenda, and yeah.
So when you
The
went
rest is history.
when Spring Arbor went to Winona Lake and played, did the students did you get a little extra jeering being a local?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I always loved traveling down to Grace and playing. I'd love to see my career stats against Grace a lot better than any other game. I'll tell you that right now. But yeah, I'd always get a little extra support. I love seeing my head coach from Warsaw, Coach Doug Ogle, unbelievable man. He actually just retired this year, but great. I'd have his family there, and I loved having my family just really close. And yeah, I always got a little, a little jolt of energy just going down and playing in the orthopedic capital.
Did you get all that extra love from the Grace students as well?
See, some of them, a lot of them, being from Warsaw, some of them, no, they're rooting against me, of course. Nothing new, but no, again, yeah, I just love the energy of the Grace students. It's just a great atmosphere down there.
Well, just playing in the Crossroads League, period. I mean, every night had to be
Brutal.
yeah. So it was probably a combination. It was obviously brutal because every night is tough. You probably don't think about it during your career, but what an honor to play in the Crossroads and play all those great against those great players and those great venues.
Absolutely. I probably think about it more than the average player, but no, that came into my decision as well. Just even coming into Spring Arbor, you can't tell me the Crossroads League isn't the best NAIA conference in the country, top to bottom. Top to bottom. I always argue that in reality, I think we should have seven, 6 teams in the national tournament. Everyone's good, and every time, every week you have to bring it. Whether it's Indiana Wesleyan, whether it's Goshen, whether it's Bethel, every team's really good, and there's exceptional talent all across the league, man. You go look top to bottom. I mean, there's some really, really high level basketball players in our league.
So it's your freshman year. You go to Spring Arbor, and in
Right.
your freshman year, you played quite a bit. But you guys
Yeah.
go 18-14, 9-9 in league play.
Yeah.
Were you like concerned at that point? Were you wondering, boy, are we going to be successful here? What were your thoughts that year?
Actually, you know what? The year before that, Spring Arbor won 8 games. They won 8 games, and I think they won one in conference. Maybe not. Might have not even won a
Oh,
conference.
I didn't realize that.
So I come in my freshman year, and we won 18 games, 10-game jump, one of the biggest jumps in college basketball that year. It was still a little frustrating for me as individually. I had a solid year. I led the team in minutes, but I thought there was more in store. Overall, our team chemistry wasn't the best. Our team chemistry could have been better. So yeah, I mean, I had my frustrations. I had my doubts, no doubt. At the time, unfortunately, there were some schools that even contacted me about transferring out and things like that. But no, I stuck with it. I stuck with Spring Arbor for sure.
Well, I didn't realize that was a. I'm glad you corrected me on that.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
you continued all through your career. You played a lot of minutes, and in your junior year, you guys go 30-7. It was a magical year. You get all the way through the national championship. You got, what was that season like? Just talk about that.
Special season. Just recap real quick. My sophomore year, again, we went 20 games. So again, there's a little jump in the system, and I had an All-American year as a sophomore, and we're going to the next season. I'm having concerns. We're losing a big guy. We're losing one of our leading scorers, and sitting with Coach Cottingham, and he thought we were going to be better, and I had my doubts again. But man, that junior year was special. Just the chemistry. The chemistry was different. The best chemistry team I've ever got to be a part of. Everybody knew their roles. Nobody went out of their way to try to do. Nobody was no hero ball that year, my junior year, and just Yeah, we had a lot of big win streaks, 9, 10 games in a row. In conference, we played well, and after when being that year, we were predicted to be eighth in our conference my junior year, predicted to be eighth. So, man, it was really really sweet to end up being first. And we knew if we were one of the top teams in our conference, you have a really good chance of winning down in Sioux Falls. We always said that the tournaments in our Crossroads leagues almost as hard as it's harder than the national tournament. We used to, I joked around after winning the championship. But yeah, the junior year was special. Just a special group of guys. I think of our senior Tommy Hamilton, who graduated. We brought back a lot this season. He graduated. I think about him and how special he was to the team, and just all the members. It's a really special year.
So you talked about chemistry. What else were the keys to that 30-7 national championship run?
Yeah, again, outside of chemistry, again, everybody just played their roles. Nobody tried to do too much. For the most part, we only play our rotation with only 7, maybe sometimes 8 guys, so we kept it short and sweet. I thought another key was just our assist to turnover ratio. Again, I talked about Tommy Hamilton. He was one of the leaders in the assist to turnover ratio. I thought I did a good job taking care of the ball, and that comes with people just playing their roles. That comes with people, excelling in what they do best and just staying in their lane. And I think that was just a huge component of our junior year. Not only that was the pace we played in. Each possession was crucial, and we understood that. We were undersized, not the most athletic. We don't pass the eye test. You see us walking in the gym, you're probably gonna laugh at us. There's a good chance nobody really above. We had a 6'11" kid, but other than that, really short lineup. And yeah, I thought we played hard, we played tough. We're a physical team. I thought that was the difference. We're really, really physical and disciplined. So that's the formula of winning basketball.
So Paul, in that championship run in the Final Four, you defeated a very, very good Marion team. That was a kind of an in-conference game in that Final Four. Was that the most satisfying win of that run?
Oh man, I tell you what, that was fun. That was very, very satisfying. That Marion team. I tell you what, they're probably the most talented team in the country that year.
Yeah.
Talent. When you look 1 through 5, Wes Stowers, a 4-time All-American, T.J. Henderson, a Division I transfer from IUPUI, Reggie, another D1 transfer. They had talent all across the boards. And for us, for the Spring Arbor Cougars to beat them 3 times that year, that was really, really sweet. Very satisfying win. Other than that win, I would say against Jamestown, South Dakota, they were a really good team. We played in the second round, and that was a really satisfying win, emotional game. After that win, that Jamestown win, we felt like there was a spark in our team. We felt something special.
Well, it was a heck of a run. I'm gonna jump ahead and ask you something I was gonna ask a little later because you mentioned it. Whenever I interview quite a few different players and coaches, and whenever your name comes up, people always say that guy is so frustrating. That guy just controls the pace and slows us down. So where did that style come from? And just talk about that.
Right. Again, you talk about me starting to get in basketball. I'm just huge into taking care of the ball, being smart, getting good shots, and I'd like to say that really came from Coach Doug Ogle from my Warsaw High School. He's always been a deliberate guy, a guy who believes in high percent shots and taking care of the ball. So I'd like to give credit to him in how I've been able to manage the pace of games. High school, there's no shot clock. So really, it's a strategic game, and you try to figure out just how to squeeze and win. And again, they say I'm fresh. Well, Spring Arbor, we play defense. In my junior year, we were a really, really good defensive team, individually and team. And we just knew if we could take care of the ball and be able to get shots, high percentage shots, our defense would travel. So I credit Coach Ogle from Warsaw High School really for that deliberate type of play, type of style that I played with.
Even Sam Vanderslice, you guys played him in that Crossroads WAC challenge in your. I think you were a freshman, and you beat them. And even as a freshman, that was one of the first thing Sam said. That that point guard just was so frustrating, and you were only a freshman. That was the first time I'd heard that. But anyway, I just thought that was amazing that you were able to control the game like that as a freshman.
as a freshman. Yeah, yeah, it was a lot different coming into college. Coach Cottingham was like, push it, push it, push it. It was a lot different for me. I was a guy who, wasn't used to flying down the court because, the shot clock in college. But I felt like as my career went on, Coach Cottingham started to kind of adapt with how I played too. And slowly, I could see him actually in the coaching staff transition to, you know what, I think Paul might be up to something with the slow, deliberate game and the high percentage shots and et cetera. So, towards the end of the career, we tried to get it to last 10 seconds of the shot clock. We tried to just really work the clock, work defenses. Defense breaks down.
Yep.
People don't want to play defense.
Yep.
So,
yep, absolutely.
Yep.
I don't remember. I'm going to mess this up, but I heard somebody say defenses will usually stand up for 4 passes or something like that. If you can hold it together
Absolutely. Yep.
So this season, your senior season, a little bit frustrating. You were unable to put a win streak together more than 3 games. What do you feel changed from last season to this season?
Yeah, this season was a little more challenging. One of the biggest changes, again, I talked about how we were picked 8th in the conference the year before. So when you don't have expectations, it's a lot easier, to win games and no pressure. You go out there and play a little bit more free. I thought that was one of the differences coming in with being the defending champions. We have a target on our back, and teams are going to give us our best shots. And as you know, that first championship was our program's first championship, and we're not Spring Arbor. We weren't really built and equipped to be able to sustain being first and being sustained having that target on our back, which was what we had this season. So I just think getting everybody's best shot. One of the biggest changes. I thought our chemistry was still really solid this year. Yeah, we missed Tommy Hamilton, a lone senior who graduated. We absolutely missed him, but for the most part, I thought the change was more of a external thing with just the target on our backs.
Well, I thought actually you guys got very, very tough. You defied the odds. You won the games you had to win.
Absolutely.
To get to the end of the year. Get to the national tournament. And I thought in early February, there was a huge game. You had to go to Bethel, and you won in overtime on the road at Bethel. How big was that game?
Oh, man, that was a huge win. Again, it was one of those wins that we needed. We played Bethel earlier at home, and, man, we had a frustrating game. We were up 2 without the ball, and Travion Cruz, another special player in our conference, came down and hit the 3 really at the buzzer. And beat us by 1. So we were motivated coming into Bethel, and at the time, just bouncing off, we knew we had to win that game, and that was a huge game just for our confidence. Yeah, just moving towards the end of the year. Again, it's just a crucial win that we needed, and we squeezed it out. What's one of the first times Spring Arbors beat Bethel at Bethel in almost a decade. So that was a really sweet win.
Yeah, I think my personal opinion is that without that win, it'd have been a lot tougher for you to get in the field.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
Because it was not only another W, but it was a premier win.
Premier win, ranked opponent on the road.
On the road, yep.
On the road, which is huge. Yeah.
So, Paul, one of your advantages, you're extremely strong, especially for a point guard. What kind of an advantage was that for you, and how did you find that your strength helped you as a point guard?
Yeah, it was definitely an advantage. Coming in freshman year, I wouldn't say, I was probably bigger than the average guard, but that's something I really tried to work on in my career, just spending time in the weight room. I like to post up. Posting up is a part of the game, and if you look back, I was doing the same thing back in high school, and if you see Kyle Mangus play a lot, his game is a lot of posting up, a lot of finishing around the basket. It's just something that we've kind of adapted to, something that we were even doing back in elementary school. Yeah, so I think that gave me a huge advantage in the NAI, especially with the smaller guards and whatnot.
Yeah, so it just added another dimension, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Just you always try to be a 4-tier scorer. Somebody who can shoot from the outside, make free throws, and somebody who can come in and finish inside. Definitely gave me a whole different type of feel.
So there's one of your teammates that we got to talk about, Brandon Durnell.
BD, oh yeah, BD is special. Just being a 6'5", 6'6" big in our league and in the NAI, on the court, man, he's special. I don't get how he does it. he does the same move every time. But somewhat we all make fun. But man, that kid he has a knack for putting the ball in the hoop. He's just a winner. He's just a winner. He's a grinder, and he gets the game. And again, he's another student of the game. Yeah, he's always watching film. He's a referee. His side job.
Oh, really?
He refs. Yes, yeah, he's an official. So he coaches AAU back in Fort Wayne, Indiana. So yeah, he's a guy who just gets the game. And yeah, I was really happy when we landed him my freshman year. When we signed him, I was really geeked about Brandon. Now he's a great guy.
Well, he had some injuries this year. It slowed him down a little bit. I'm trying to remember which game was it where he had almost a gimme. I think it was at the end of a first overtime or at the end of regulation.
Oh yeah.
And it didn't go in. That would have
been the second. Yeah, that would have been the second game of the year. I guess Cornerstone this year. Yeah, he had he was rolling that game. I wish I would have played better, but I think he might end up with 30. He had a layup right at the buzzer. He smoked it.
Yeah, it surprised me.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I don't want to bring up the one bad moment, but I was like, how in the heck did he miss that?
I know it. Yeah, Jernell, he doesn't miss many of those. That's for sure.
In the Crossroads League, who is the toughest defender for you to score on?
That's a great question. Going team to team, I would have to say the toughest defender in this league would have been Jason Hubbard from Taylor University. Just for me, again, as a 6-foot guard, he's a 6'6" guy with a wingspan of probably 6'9", 6'10".
Wow.
But again, that gave us an advantage. He's really athletic, really athletic, and that was Taylor's game plan, was to put a long, lengthy, bigger guy on me because, as you said earlier, being a bigger guard and using my size to finish inside and whatnot is something. I try to take advantage of. But at the flip side, for our team, that kind of helps our team. So now we have a 6'5", 6'6" guy guarding Paul, the point guard. We should look inside, who's guarding our post.
Right.
So, yeah, right. There's a mix about that. But, yeah, Jason Hubbard, I would say, was the best defender in the Crossroads League.
So, Paul, you had a great career at Spring Arbor. You should be very proud. What has it meant to you to be a part of Spring Arbor basketball?
It's meant a lot to me to be a part of Spring Arbor basketball. The Spring Arbor program is just really, really special. When I talk about just a close knit of guys, tight knit of guys, just the way Coach Cottingham has put the program, faith-based program, just something he always says is winning is our goal, but never our purpose. So just just the ups and downs throughout the years. Of course, you want to win basketball games, but it's never the purpose. There's just so much more to basketball, so much more to sports, and the relationships that I'll be keeping the rest of my life, the relationships I've made here at Spring Arbor, the program, whether it's through the coaches, players, managers, it's just a special program, and Spring Arbor really has meant a lot to me.
What are a couple of your favorite memories as a Cougar?
Favorite memories of Cougar, okay. One is just, I'd say beating Grace, of course. My career, I ended up beating Grace a lot more times than Grace beat Spring Arbor. So that was always a goal and a good memory. A specific time, we played Grace one time at Spring Arbor. We were down about, I think, 8 points with a minute left around there. Long story short, we played the long game and kept fouling. I scored 10 points in 50 seconds. We take it to overtime and we ended up beating Grace at home. So that was a really, really special, one of my favorite memories. Again, obviously winning a national championship is special. And just be able to share that time with Coach Cottingham and just the staff. It was just a really fun time. One of my favorite memories as well. But other than that, man, I'm just going to miss the long road trips. Those are always good memories. And I'm just going to miss the guys and just the relationships.
So, Paul, nobody likes to lose a game.
No.
But do you think it was easier to accept the end of your career with a loss on the court versus the virus ending the season?
Absolutely. And this is a conversation I've been having a lot with a lot of people that keep asking me. As we know, the tournament was canceled and never ended. And you know what? I felt a lot better knowing after losing the game, knowing that was the end of my career. I feel just terrible for the teams that, went out there and didn't even get a game in. I'm just so lucky and blessed to be able to play basketball and knowing it was my last time. I think that made it a lot easier on me. Heck, the last game I actually was blessed to be able to pass the assist record, break the assist record here at Spring Arbor, passing Michael Lancaster is probably one of the best players to ever come through Spring Arbor, if not the best player. A special guy. And yeah, I just think absolutely losing the game made it a lot easier for me, knowing that the virus ended a lot of seasons, unfortunately. I actually, talking to Kyle during the tournament, I kind of predicted that would happen. I predicted that the coronavirus would end up winning the tournament and taking over the tournament.
Yeah.
Sadly, and it was really sad to see so many great teams. Team like IWU, thinking of Kyle, a buddy of mine who were rolling, probably the best team, one of the best teams in the country, didn't even get a shot to play. So.
Yeah. We got to talk a little bit about, we didn't talk about this before, but that Oklahoma Wesleyan team, Brooks Haddock in that second half.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
man, that had to be so frustrating, because no matter what you threw at him, he just kept hitting shots in that second half.
Shots. Yes. Yeah. He was a problem in the second half. And we probably should have made some other adjustments when he got warm there towards the end of the second half. Yeah, he's a really good player. He got hot. During a really, really good time. Yeah, Oklahoma Wesleyan's a well-coached team.
Yeah.
Good team. Yeah.
Yeah, Donnie Bostwick's teams always play hard, and that was an excellent basketball game.
Yes,
I thought that you guys had a good look at a three right at the end. I thought it was going to go in. A shot normally that goes in for you guys. I can't remember who shot it. Was it? But anyway,
DeWilt.
Was it DeWilt?
Yep.
Normally a high percentage shot for you guys at any rate. You talk about Brandon Baum, and then Donnie Bostwick, who coaches Oklahoma Wesleyan. This is the quality of people that are in the NAI. I was sitting there, and Brandon Baum came over to talk to me, a very nice gentleman, and Donnie Bostwick was sitting in a couple chairs down, and those guys just sat and they talked for probably 15 or 20 minutes about the game and the level of respect for each other. You know what it's like right after a game, your adrenaline is, you're frustrated. But there was, it was just such a high level of respect between both of them, talking about the game and how it came down. And those are the kind of things I love about NAI basketball. You can get to know the players and the coaches and everybody. It's kind of, I always say it's one big family. I honestly feel that way. Yep.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Even amongst the players, the Crossroads League, just like a lot of us have just connections. A lot of us are connected to each other in some way, whether it's back in school. I'm sure Oklahoma Wesleyan's coach had some kind of connection to Spring Arbor, and we have connections and ties to Oklahoma Wesleyan. So it's just all, I would have to agree. It's one big family, and that's something that's so special about the NAI. You should really appreciate that.
So, Paul, are you on pace to graduate?
Yes, so I'll be graduating in May. Probably not walking, but yes, I'll be graduating in May with a business administration degree and focusing on entrepreneurship.
Oh, congratulations! So,
thank you so much.
What's next for you? Do you have any idea?
You know what? I'm not so sure yet. I believe I'm going to end up pursuing professional basketball.
Okay.
We'll see where that ends up landing me and taking me.
Yeah, that's a little bit up in the air for all you guys that are thinking about that with what's going on with the virus. Hopefully that shakes out fairly quick and
exactly
find out what those opportunities are.
Yeah, it's a tough time right now for the whole business, agents, players overseas, and whatnot. So yeah, I'm hoping this all flies by and I can be able to pursue this in the full force I can.
Well, I certainly wish you luck, whatever you pursue. I'm hoping, assuming you're still in the States, that when the Crossroad League gets up and going, maybe you'll come back on and, talk about what's going on in the Crossroads. I think that'd be awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I would love that. I'd love that. I'll definitely be in touch with the Crossroads League.
That would be great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I sure wish you luck, whatever you do. I appreciate you being on today. And I have a lot of respect for the Spring Arbor program. And, just thank you very much for being on.
Hey, thank you too. Again, I'll be in touch with your contact. Thank you so much for just supporting the NAI and covering us. You're a special guy. I appreciate you.
Oh, that means a lot. Thank you.